Racers set to kick off.
The NFL season has hit high gear. Off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Up past the 30 to the 31.
Fournette, the ball carrier.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Winston. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Leonard Fournette.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Jaguars.
Play action now, Winston. He's going to air one out. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
On the deep ball.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down. Blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, they'll close your bodies. Here it's intercepted. Adrian Phillips, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 5-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
47-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
31-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw again. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to it. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
A try here for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
5 yards.
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Joe Schobert in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Joe Schobert on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd and 7, Winston throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times we...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
But that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd and a yard.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Pass there, complete to Westbrook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. The open man is Westbrook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Jaguars.
1st down, Winston.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're not panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
At their own 20.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in there.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat. Don't forget it. No, don't take him totally out of the game.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Winston. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Jameis again. They'll get that to Fournette, complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm saying there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
C.J. Henderson.
He's going to let it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll take on the visiting Carolina Panthers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Now this will make it into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. And some room to roam now. And bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Jacobs now, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down now. It's Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
On first down, Jacobs.
The handoff to Josh Jacobs.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Looking to throw. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are pouring it on. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up the first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
Justin Rohrwasser set to
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes inside, like puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Florida. They're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Burgess.
Complete to number
Nice
87.
3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And the Jaguar first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Fournette.
The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Again, it's Fournette. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes read a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On first down, Fournette going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage as he'll wind up losing a yard on the play.
Brought down behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
47-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pass man complete over the middle. It's Burgess. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work up for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
That will throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
23-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 77 yards. And the silver and black continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Winston. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. That one complete. He finds Sharp. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into a huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. First and 10. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, he pulled it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 68 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love that you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, Winston. Staying on his feet. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
A loss of 18 yards.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Again, he'll drop the throw. It is incomplete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Ross on the return. Offense now making their way toward the huddle. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And
that's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape.
And this will be caught. The carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They're on the 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.